Good morning, my name is Lisa Chipetine. I'm president of the Travel Chicks, and me and my cat Bonnie Blue here are going to show you some of my favorite travel items that I pack with. This has been refined over a 25-year period, and the travel list seems to get amended pretty much every time I come back from a trip. So first let's talk about being actually on the airplane. You want to be very comfortable if you're going to be, especially anything over 6, 7, 8 hours. If you're traveling to Asia and such, you might be traveling anywhere from 14 to 20 hours. So you want to make sure that you're comfortable. And ladies, not necessarily fashionable. I'd like to stress this. This is about being and traveling efficiently. Sometimes a lot of these fashion bags and things, that travel bags, they're really not, they look good, but they're not really efficient. And you end up carrying 3 other bags so that it'll accompany the fashion bag. The best bag that I have personally found in my years of traveling has been this Hadaki bag. And this bag is made in vinyl. And it is approximately, I would say that this is about 20 inches. I can measure it and put it on the list for you. Now the great thing about this particular bag is that it has very long straps. Straps are long, can go over your shoulder, easy to carry, very, very sustainable. You can clip things to the little metal pieces that hold the straps, and it has a very large zipper on the side, on one side, so that you can put papers and such in there, and then it has a smaller zipper on the other side. Now the fact that it's vinyl is important because it allows for the fact that if you're in the rain, if you spill something on it on the airplane, or you're in a situation, which happened to me recently, where I was on a trip and you may have some sort of a backpack and such that is not rainproof, you can empty this bag before you go out in the morning if you know it's going to rain, and it's still light enough to carry as a day-to-day bag. Now what I do is that on the outside smaller portion of the bag, within the zipper, I carry a eye mask for sleeping, and anything that I want readily available, things like mints. Sometimes I get nauseous when I fly, so I take Rolaids with me. The no jet lag pills, and I'll talk about these later at nojetlag.com. And also the one really important thing to make sure that you carry in here is your earplugs, in case you have people who are either talking loudly or perhaps children that are on the airplane, babies and such, so that you can go to sleep. So that's very helpful. I also keep a pen in there, so anything that I want to readily put my hands on very quickly, I put into there. Now this Hadaki bag is H-A-D-A-K-I, again H-A-D-A-K-I. You can buy this on Amazon or on eBay. I bought this for about $75. It's worth every single penny. I actually bought an extra one to keep in my closet so that when this one gets too beat up, I'll be able to have a backup, and get one for Helena as well, my other travel chick. So inside of the Hadaki bag is also inside pouches. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got inside pouches and it's got inside zippers. So it's very convenient to put things that you might want on the airplane. These little travel tissues, inevitably, especially when flying, you're gonna want some tissues with you. So 1 or 2 packs of tissues, maybe some type of eyeglass cleaner for your glasses would be great. One of the things that I buy and carry, let me come over here, is these little bottles of Evian spray. And they are just terrific if you're on an airplane and you feel that basically the moisture is being sucked out of you. these are just really terrific to mist yourself. They're also great if you're traveling during a time of year that could be very, very hot. I throw them while I'm in my bag during the day. If you want to be refreshed, they're just terrific. Kind of keep you moisture going. They're wonderful. So I make sure that I have one of those in my carry-on. And remember, you can only put what you can put basically in a small Ziploc bag these days to get on a flight. But they normally come in like a 3-pack, which is pretty terrific. And again, you can normally find these things on Amazon or do a search for them online. And it's Evian Atomizer. They're little spray bottles. The other thing that I also take is Estee Lauder makes a flight cream. Or you can take your own personal, daily moisturizer as well. But they do actually make what's called super flight cream that was designed for airline personnel. And it's really, really terrific. But I also am a big recycler, so those jelly jars that you can get when you go out to breakfast and such, sometimes at a diner, the little glass ones. So sometimes I'll take these and I'll put in, my own moisturizers, or if I have favorite types of shampoos or lotions or whatever, and I don't want to carry huge bottles. I always tease Helena that her bathroom stuff is about 25 pounds in and of itself. But these are small, and they can pretty much get you, one of these can get you through a week's worth, or to take on the airplane. So the other thing that I carry on the airplane is, and I call it my travel Pashmina. This is not an expensive piece of gear. This is not your beautiful, $100 Pashmina that you wear out for evening wear. This is something that you don't mind having something spilt on or whatever, preferably cotton. And this is a lifesaver because it basically becomes your travel blanket. And you can, I just take mine. I literally sometimes put it over my head so that I can block out the light, or it's an extra blanket so that you're not bothering the flight attendants and such. But make sure that it's big enough. And I think I bought this for probably about $20. And I just take it and fold it and then roll it. And I have a little spare plastic bag here that I put it in. And it then goes into the onboard travel bag. It goes in there. So I got my sprays, I've got my moisturizers, I've got mints are always a pretty good idea. I got to tell you, some type of, Helena always brings a bag full of candy with us, the lifesavers and the peppermints and such. And the peppermints can be a really good thing because if for any reason you get nauseous, peppermint can kind of calm that down. You may also want to take on board just a little thing of aspirin or Tylenol or such, just in case you get a headache while on board, and of course any medicines. One of the things, again, about this bag that I'm so in love with is that it has the ability to have different clips on. So I keep an extra pair of eyeglasses inside that come on this heavy-duty holder with a clip. And this is a hard case. This isn't a soft case, so that it protects the glasses. You got to think about that just in case. You wouldn't want to break your glasses, and you should always travel with 2 sets of eyewear, as well as you should always have in your pocket or available to either pull down off of a file online the prescription for your eyewear. Heaven forbid you need to have an emergency set of glasses made. Same thing goes for sunglasses. So I always travel with 2 sets of eyewear and 2 sets, there we go, it's the time, Bonnie, and 2 sets of sunglasses. So let's see what else we have here that I'm big at on board. Okay, in my bag here, my friend actually Pam Lowe made this for me, for you quilters out there. This is a basically a bag for my papers. Okay, any papers pertaining to the trip, tickets. I put things in file folders, itineraries and such. And it's, you know, it's basically 2 quilted pieces of fabric with a beautiful Velcro on it. So it just opens right up. And I put all my papers in here and then also put it within the bag, and then I can just rip it open when I need to and get in there and get the papers that I might need. In speaking about that, I always carry, even though it's a little heavier, I carry 2 sets of every single piece of paper, whether it's a ticket or a copy of a ticket, itineraries. I always carry 4 itineraries with me, because you'll carry one maybe in your pocket, one within the bags themselves. So I always take extra papers, because you do not want to lose a piece of paper and not have the information you need. So always make a second set as a backup and leave a set at home with some folks at home, so heaven forbid if you needed them, they could probably fax them to you somewhere. That goes also for your passports. Making copies of your passport, not just the page with your picture. You need to make a photocopy of the last page of the passport as well. Don't ask me the reason. I honestly don't know, but it's my understanding from someone I know at the State Department that you really do need to have both those pieces of paper. It makes it a lot easier to get your passport taken care of in case you lose it. So I personally have a copy, the 2 copies that I carry. I leave copies here at home with someone as well, and I also keep one online. So, but that all depends on your personal, how you feel about the security of the internet. I keep it on a Microsoft Drive, so that if I need it, I can download it as quickly as possible. Some people also carry them on little flash drives, but you better make sure that that flash drive is encrypted and don't lose it. Now, the other thing that was a recent purchase that has worked out terrific is this item that I think I got on QVC called a Charger Genie, G-E-N-I-E. This beautiful little tool here. And it was built by a woman, Ingenious, and basically it has one plug-in on the bottom that you plug into an outlet, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outlets attached to it. So it's its own basically power strip. And also on the side it has 2 USB where you can plug USBs in, so that you don't have to worry about having enough outlets to charge anything that you take. And the cool part about the bag is that I used to actually use this, which was one of those Christmas gifts that had lotions and stuff in it to carry them. Wish I'd have thought of this and invented it, but somebody got to it before I did. And you put in all of your cables and things within the little bag, so it's very compact. Now I put this in the carry-on for the airplane, so that goes with me on the airplane. That way I know I've got everything I need electronically. If I need to, these days you've got to sometimes turn on your gadgets to show them that they're not explosives. So I carry this in my Hadaki bag. God love the Hadaki bag, and it fits in there. So I've got the Pashmina, I've got basically my cosmetics and creams and sprays, I've got my eyewear, my earplugs, my eye stuff, mints, I've got my electronics in here. Now in terms of adapters for overseas, I tell you, I'm really big on these, and this one happens to be made by Tory Burch, but you can get them from anyone. One of these all-in-one encompassing adapters for electric anywhere overseas. Instead of having I used to have the individual adapters that all come in a big pack, but that really kind of gets cumbersome. I use them as extras now. I keep them as extras if I'm traveling to a certain place. But one will do it, and in this particular trip that I just went on, I was able to take my adapter, plug in my charger genie, and then plug everything else into the genie. So I only needed one adapter. So that worked out well. The other thing that I do is that I get, normally I go with AA and AAA batteries, because normally some of the stuff that you carry either requires a AA or a AAA battery. So I always carry some extra of those and put those in the charger genie, as well as an adapter from a 3-prong to a 2-prong, which can be helpful as well at times. I put my camera in here, my camera chargers, my cords to charge my Kindle. I download movies on for my Kindle for the entire trip, and books and such. It's my entertainment unit. That works out really, really well. One of the other things that for the airplane and also for day-to-day that's worked out really well, this is a new addition to the packing list, is a fan. You ever get on an airplane and you're dying because they don't have the air on yet? Well, let me tell you, you can, and I'll show you the travel vest in another video, but you can pop this in, it's not heavy, and it is, for those of us who are over 50, it is a lifesaver. So that's what I've got for you in terms of going on board. Oh, wait, one more. Now, my brother-in-law made fun of this until he actually used it going to Spain and said that it was a lifesaver, that I was absolutely correct about this. So this gadget you can buy in either Magellan or Travelsmith, and it is a foot stand. And I am here to tell you that these 6 inches of height, if you're sitting in coach, will save your legs. And I literally ask for, if I'm sitting in coach, for an extra pillow, and then I put the pillow on top of this stand and prop my feet up, and it is a lifesaver. It collapses down, and this also goes into the travel bag. The other thing, which I don't see that I have out here, and I'll show it in the day-to-day video, is I have a water bottle that I carry. Now, you can't go through security at the airport with the water bottle full. You're going to have to wait until you get through security to fill it, or ask the stewardess on the airplane to do that for you when you get on the plane. But it's very convenient, and it has a clip, and I'll show that again, and it clips onto my incredible bag, and that way I don't have to bother anybody. I've got a full thing of water, and I'm ready to go there. Let's see if there's anything else here that I want to talk to you about before I get on here. And the only other thing that you may want to do, and I keep this again in my day-to-day bag as well, is to have some sort of a quick drying washcloth of some nature. Sometimes you just, you just want to take and wet your face and kind of clean yourself up a little bit, or you just want to cool down, and that works out really well. Now, you need something to put that in when you're done, so sometimes those things that they give you on the airplane, or some little package that has a vinyl interior, you can put that in here. The other thing that I do carry too, which I'm seeing now, is it's called a Mighty Brighty light, and it's a book light basically. This got me through Hurricane Sandy, by the way. And it has a clip on it, so that it's pretty terrific if you don't want to bother your neighbors while you read. It's also terrific if you don't want to wake them up and you need to look for something on your feet or on the floor and whatnot, or in a hotel room, so that you don't wake up your companion or roommate or whatnot. It can take you back and forth to the bathroom or whatever. But this has been invaluable as well, and this goes in my travel genie package so that I have an extra light there. The one other thing also, I always carry diarrhea medicine with me wherever I am when I travel, because you never know how you're going to be affected by either food on the plane, or you know, when you're traveling. And I have a cast iron constitution, and I'm here to tell you that I've had some surprises, and you don't want to be in that scenario. So I carry extra, you know, Imodium or whatever it is you'd like to take with you. Then I have some in my bag for the airplane, on the airplane, and I carry it in my day-to-day pack, which you'll see in the next video as well. So I hope that's helpful for you. That's our going on board the aircraft. Also, for those of you who travel a lot, you really should think about doing the TSA pre-check and global reentry program. It's really a big time saver when you get off the airplane. You just walk up and you can check out, and you don't have those long lines. So thank you very much. It's Lisa Chipetine of the Travel Chicks. Have a great trip.